Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
Hey everyone, welcome to the NRL Live Chat 2.0 podcast, the 2024 team wrap-ups. I'm Breno and I'm here with PJ.
Hey Breno, how you doing, man? It's the top four now. It's the Sharkies, fins up.
Yeah, into the top
Fins up.
four. All right. Yeah, so fourth place, Cronulla-Sutherland Sharks. Got to say the full name. The 2024 season. Yeah, we're going to break down how they went, and we're going to have a look at what they're going to look like in 2025 potentially. So, PJ, you want to kick us off with what's your view on the Sharkies 2024 season?
Yeah, Sharkies fans won't like me saying this, but they got another really easy draw. So they started really strong and they finished pretty well as well. It was a consistent season. They finally got their semi-final win. They've been in the semis the last couple of years and they've lost every game. They finally got the semi-final win, but we'll look at that when we look at the results.
Yeah, so I reckon the Sharks had the best start to a season of any team in the NRL, winning 10 out of the first 11 games and sitting first for 7 weeks running.
And the one that they lost, Breno, was to last.
There you go.
That was the West Tigers that beat them 32-6 in round 3.
Yes.
It was the only bloody game they lost in the first 11 weeks. Insane.
Yeah, so they dropped into fourth. They managed to stay there for the rest of the season. So that was their season in a nutshell. Improved from last year's 6th place. They went strong into the finals, which we'll also take a look at. So here's how they finished up in the regular season. Position 4th, 38 points, 16 wins, 8 losses, and 222, 2 for 22, positive points in difference. Scored 653 points and conceded 431. Pretty good.
Yeah, impressive season. The Sharks were actually 4th in attack and finished 2nd in defence after the regular season.
Nice.
So you're
season.
doing real good in the NRL if you're finishing 2nd in defence.
Yeah, so tackle efficiency 87.5% and completion rate 78%. Average points 25 and conceded 18, which is a reflection of the points scored there.
Yeah. Strong season from the Sharks. Their fans
Really
can be
good.
very, very happy, I think.
So best and worst game, I'm going to go over both of them at once. Here is it was against the same team. It was a little bit hard actually to pick the worst game. So many, or even the best game. There's so many big scores. They scored over 40 points 6 times, and then there was a heap where they got over 30 points. For the teams above them, they beat Storm and Roosters, but got smashed by the Premier's Panthers. So I'm going to take a look at them playing the West Tigers. Exciting, I know. But Wooden Spooners back in round 3. Not their worst game, but a big red mark against them, giving the Tigers the first win since round 25 in 2023, beating them 32-6. This also put a break in the possible 11 straight wins. When they met again at home, absolutely let loose and smashed them. Poor old Tigers 58-6. So there's the best and worst against the same team.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to go that 3-week period from round 10 to 12, Breno. Round 10, I think, was the best win. 25-18 against Melbourne. Only 2 teams beat Melbourne at home, and that was the Sharks and, strangely, the Dragons. But if you watch that game, I think there was something funny going on. But anyway, Sharks 25 beat the Storm 18. They backed it up the next week and beat the Roosters 38-30. Now, remembering in the draw, Sharks only play the Storm, the Panthers and the Roosters once. They don't play them a second time. So they played the top 3 weeks in a row, had 2 really solid wins, had nothing left in the tank, and got pumped 42-0 by the Panthers in round 12. So that's going to be my worst result, the 42-0, sorry. But the best result, I think, beating Melbourne in Melbourne 25-8. That was a cracking game too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no one
Really good game.
No one gave them a chance either in Melbourne, but they did it. One of the few teams that did.
Yeah, and you look through that middle part of the season there, they really should have beaten Parramatta. They really should have beaten the Dolphins. They really
Gold
should have beaten
Coast.
the Titans, and they pumped them the second time as well. But there were 3 games in that middle period there, but before the round 20 bye, they really should have won. And if they win those games, they're up in the top 2.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but they like I said before, they hung in there and they stayed in the top 4 and got
Yep,
got a home final, which wasn't really at home.
yep. And they lost their last home game of the season against the Warriors in the last second of the game. Absolute cliffhanger. Sent Sean Johnson out as a champion for the Warriors, but for the Sharkies, it was a bit of disappointment losing that match right on the bell.
Yeah, so let's have a look at 2025 for the Sharks. So Fanua Blake is coming in from the Warriors. Good pick up there. A bit of a sad loss for the Warriors. I've lost a few this year.
Yeah, big gain for the Sharks there. Aiden Fanua-Blake getting him from the Warriors. Seasoned professional. They're losing Royce Hunt like for like, but Aiden's probably a fair bit ahead of him on form. So the Sharks, I don't think they'll be much different to this year. You know, Braden Trindle was on fire. He played some fantastic football. Nico Hines was good, but had probably an indifferent second half of the season.
Yeah.
Daniel Atkinson was the third member of that halves combination, and when he was in with Trindle, mate, geez, they look good.
Yeah.
Geez, they look good. So I'm not sure what the Sharkies do next year. They've got Mulatalo and Katoa still on the wings. They're playing great. They've got Stone Street, who won the Jets grand final. Jesse Ramian was almost called up at representative level. So they've got a pretty strong team across the park.
Yeah.
Cameron McInnes was also on fire as well.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I think the Sharks will be pretty solid next year.
Just continue what they're doing. They've done a great job this year. Yeah, absolutely. All their
Pending the draw.
key players. Yeah, depending on how many top teams they get this year or next year.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 years in a row they've had a very favourable draw. It'll be interesting to see when the draw comes out, because the NRL, they tend to just copy last year's and make some
Copy
tweaks.
and paste, yeah.
So you end up playing the same team about the same round every year. It's really boring. You know, I'm a strong advocate for the NRL going, every team has to play everyone twice across a 2-year period at some point. So this year, 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, all the odd numbers. Next year, 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th, 10th, all the even numbers. And you just flip the draw next year. So everyone gets to play everyone twice across a 2-year period.
Yeah,
And it's balanced.
until they get more teams in, and they're going to have to do shorten the season a bit and play everyone once. But
Yeah. Well, the Sharks only played 2 of the top 8 a second time, and that was the Bulldogs and the Cowboys.
yeah,
Everyone else, it was just one time, and they lost both of those games to the
So-
Bulldogs and Cowboys the second time they played them. So,
a little bit
you know, very favourable draw. The NRL, we'll see what happens next year. I think it needs an overhaul.
so
But the Sharks, I think they'll be stronger with Aiden Fanua-Blake. I think
Yeah.
they'll be probably around that 4th, 5th again.
yeah, so 4th, 5th. Yeah, I'm saying possibly 3rd, because I think I've already given someone 4th. But yeah, it'd be around there, 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th. For sure.
It will be interesting. So Jack Williams has already signed elsewhere. I think it was Manly. I forget. He's already gone on the off-contract players. They'll take up Tom Hazelton, I'm sure. I don't know what's going to happen with Oregon Kaufusi.
All right, so that's the 4th place Cronulla-Sutherland Sharks. Make sure you put your comments in. Let us know what you think of the Sharks season. And who we got up next, PJ?
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you think of the Sharkies. I think they did really well. And most of the Sharks fans I know were pretty happy with the season, getting that semi-final win against the Cowboys. Finally! That was good. First time they won a semi-final for quite some time. But next up, we've got the Sydney Roosters.
Your 17th favourite team.
Yep.
All right, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to comment. And we'll see you for the next one.
See you at the Roosters.